In the occupied West Bank, where violence has escalated since the war began, Israeli forces killed 7 Palestinians in the city of Jenin, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. Control of the West Bank, apart from East Jerusalem, was handed to the Palestinian Authority in 1994 to administer fully in some areas or jointly with Israel in others. But about 60% of the land in the West Bank is still run by Israel alone. Lucy Williamson has sent this report from the West Bank.
Since the war in Gaza began, Israel's raids in the West Bank have become more frequent and more forceful. The city of Jenin, now a weekly battleground. The leaders of Hamas, seen as heroes of resistance by many teenagers here. The road outside the main hospital littered with their own attempts at confrontation.
Well, the Israeli army operation is still ongoing here in Jenin. We've heard bursts of small arms fire from the city over here and some manoeuvring of vehicles up at the hospital near the entrance to the camp. Apart from that and a few groups of young men here on the street, it's deserted.
7 people died during the military operation today. Israel says its raids target members of armed groups, many with Israeli blood on their hands. But Jenin's hospital director told us the dead here included a chronically ill 13-year-old child who was blocked from reaching the hospital in time.
The persistence of invasion and incursion to Jenin and killing the young people, will make the people inside Jenin more angry and more angry, because every day we lost one of our friends, one of our peoples. This will not bring the peace for Israeli. This will bring more resistance and more resistance.
A youth leader with the West Bank's ruling party, Fatah, told me that support for Hamas among young people was at an all-time high, and that the Hamas attacks on the 7th of October were a turning point for Palestinians as well as for Israelis. Many others here agree.
Palestinian youth had priorities and wish lists about owning a house or getting a degree. But after the 7th of October, I think these priorities have totally changed. There are rising voices for full liberation of the homeland through resistance, whether that resistance is peaceful or armed.
Night after night, Israel's raids in the West Bank reinforced the message many here read in the Hamas attacks, that cooperation doesn't lessen occupation. Israel is fighting to eradicate Hamas in Gaza. Its growing influence here may be harder to destroy. Lucy Williamson, BBC News, Jenin.